Hey, Shani from SpeedCubeReview.com with a mini SpeedCube Review podcast. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because Nationals just ended and Worlds is next weekend, and I don't really want to do a podcast from going through Nationals and then Worlds because it's just going to be way too much to talk about. Now, there's probably just not going to be any interview or anything else. It's just be a short podcast going through new puzzles, but mainly about Nationals. Now, I'm talking about US Nationals and other competitions that have just happened. So before we get into that though, let's talk about some new puzzles. Moyu released a prototype AoSu GTS, or is it GT? I think it's GTS, but they released it. Cameron from SpeedCube Shop got one. There's also, I believe Lucas Editor got one. From what I've been told, this is very early prototype. This is not where a cube has been like sent out and next week it'll be in stores. So don't think that it's, just about to come out. And I've heard there's still kinks and stuff they're working on. But that showed up. As far as also for 4x4, Chi did release some images, some videos of the Thunderclap 4x4 is what they're calling it. There's a mini version and a regular version. Usually when Chi shows something, it is pretty close to the end of production. I heard some people get kind of upset that it was the Thunderclap 4x4 and not like the Valk 4, as if that changes the quality of it. I talked about this on the recent live stream that the Thunderclap to this day on the SpeedCube Review website is one of the highest rated for just flow, for least amount of catching. And if that's the case, the pieces are similar in shape, that could be great for a 4x4. So we'll just have to wait and see what it's actually like. They already came out with a budget 4x4 with their Chi line, so I can't imagine they're just going to make another budget 4x4. Also from Moyu, there's the Mars S, or what I like to call the Mars. Moyu had probably the greatest statement I have ever seen on their Facebook page. I'm just going to read this verbatim. It says, "Mars V1 is not that good, but Mars S is much better. And the designer is trying to make the clock these days. Hope to see the clock soon." So there's a couple cool notes in there, but the fact that they just said Mars V1 is not that good was amazing. But yeah, I don't really know exactly what's different. I'm sure I can do a comparison once this one comes out, because they have pictures, but it's still kind of very vague until I actually get it in my hands. They also showed a video on their YouTube channel of the 15x15. I guess they are still going to try to produce this. Maybe the high price of the 17x17 made them realize they could still sell this one. But the videos shows how well it turns. It seems to work well. It's actually going to be smaller than the 13x13, which will be extremely interesting. But the biggest fear would be stickers, but they said also that this is going to be in stickerless. So that's a big plus. I don't know what price will be. I don't know release date, but it seems that they're moving forward with it. So last thing as far as cubes, I actually don't know how the company's pronounced, how the name, Fanxin, F-A-N-X-I-N. They recently just came out with a sculpted Megaminx, and also I saw a Windmill Cube, Axis Cube, and Fisher Cube. I don't know if all of these are just copies. I mean, of course, the Windmill, Axis, and Fisher are, ones that YJ or Moyu has. I don't know if the actual internal is the same shape, but the sculpted one looks just like, at least the outside looks just like the new Chi one. So I don't know if that is a copy or not, but it's out there now. So a couple things with competitions. Before we get to Nationals, Moscow is back. That's the person who has the world record, the 41 out of 41 cubes solved. He attempted 46, and he had 2 attempts. He got 40 out of 46 and then 41 out of 46. So no new world record, but those are amazing attempts. And it's also a world record podium where the 3 multi-blind solvers, their total number end up equaling 99 cubes, which is incredible. What that means, sort of world record podium, if you don't know that, is just, what first, second, and third place is. And there's actually quite a few world record podiums. I think Nationals had a world record 2x2 podium for their average, but I'll get to that. Let's start with across the pond to the London Open. Felix was there. He broke the world record for 7x7 with a 2-minute and 18-second mean and a 2-minute 14-second single, as well as the mean and single for 6x6 with a minute 28 and a minute 20. Now that's actually interesting. The 6x6 was a brand new magnetic Yushin Red that was rush shipped to him from SpeedCube Shop. Felix posted that he was interested in getting one after Kevin Hayes had a magnetic Yushin Red and had some successes with it. And not even a week later, Cameron shipped him one, and he broke the record with it. So that was interesting. Sebastian Weyer got the German record. There he had a 5x5 with a 52.5 mean and a 47.82 single. He also won both rounds for 4x4. So now in Indiana in the United States, we had U.S. Nationals. First and foremost, Max Park won the final round for 3x3. The 2x2 national champion is Daniel Rose-Levine. 4x4 and 5x5 and OH went to also Max Park. Some really impressive stalls on each. No records there, but they were all just really nice, consistent. 6x6 and 7x7 went to Kevin Hayes. Blindfold went to Jeff Park, and that was also a really impressive podium that had the best times being 20.8, 21.5, and 21.9 for first, second, and third. FMC went to Mark Bojanowski with a 27.33 mean, and he also got multi-blind with 32 out of 38. Drew Brads obviously took Pyraminx, and Ava Cato, I believe that's how it's pronounced, we know her as #Cuber, got first in square one with a 7.91 single and a 10.01 average. So that's pretty much it for new records, new cubes. I'm going to do a podcast again next week. I normally do them bi-weekly, but it's going to be one week after the other. I don't know if there's going to be an interview next week. It might just be how this is, where I go through some of the new news, and then we get back on the regular schedule after that. So thank you very much for listening. Hit like, subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on iTunes, please leave a review. It greatly helps the show out. There's no giveaway for this week, but the winners for the last giveaway will be emailed shortly. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next time.